Thank you for clicking on the video. If you're above the age of 16, please ignore this and continue on into the reaction. However, due to my diction, the nature of the content that I sometimes cover, and COPPA regulations, I hereby ask that any viewer who is under the age of 16 to click off the video and wait until you have reached this age benchmark to return and continue watching. You have been warned. Additional information may be found in the description of this video. Enjoy. Fuck! What's up, Twitchlets? My name's Mr. Twitchy. You can just call me Twitchy if you want. This is my first My Hero video. I should have just posted a One Piece video a little bit earlier today. Check out the pinned comment for other series that I'm covering. But just to do a quick recap of what happened in the last chapter that I did read, the one with Shirakumo and Aizawa. In the feels. Horikoshi's artwork last chapter was insane. The way that he sketched Shirakumo's face kind of like blended in with Kurogiri. Other than that, I did have a couple of spoilers for both 256 and 257. 257 being the reason I had that intro with the salt shaker. Really upset about that one, but we're moving on. We're just finally going to be able to read the My Hero chapters that I've been waiting on for about 3 or 4 weeks as I've been getting my setup all set up. Other than that, looking forward to it. The only thing that I know from 256 is the fist bump with Deku and Ochako. But with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, and then just so you guys know, I do only read single page, full screen on my MacBook. Don't like the double page spread unless it's a double page spread per se. 256, the high, deep blue sky. Robot armada coming through. We are the Skynet of this world. Oh goodness. Ooh. Naval saber. That's new. They're all eating the cotton candy from All Might's pun last week. Hagakure's bending the light. She's a light bender. Oh, that's a great power up. Today is Judgment Day. Mina with like a coating of acid. Acid Man? Humans scary. Yeah, they are. That is so dangerous though with Mina's acid armor. Golem type of thing. Okay, so Aoyama, Hagakure, and Mina all did their work study under... Oh, the samurai dude. Makes sense that Aoyama has a sword. Hagakure's fired up. Mina, you probably shouldn't be shaking your head with that acid. The shipping! I ship it. Mina and Kirishima. Oh, the smile. Sato and Ojiro were under the lion mask type of dude. 13 on the hero charts. That's pretty good. It's kind of a lame panel, though, with them just, I guess, breaking through. Man, they're really blowing through all these power-ups. I'm assuming that's their legs being flown, Shoji's and Jiro's, off to the side by Gang Orca. 12, okay. So Sero and Mineta doing some sort of like meatball and spaghetti type of move while Kaminari just broils it, I guess. Ida with more flexibility, which is great. He's a little bit stiff in his personality as well, so he could use that. Can't really tell what he's doing though. Some sort of kick maybe? Ooh, what's Koda doing? I'd like to know more on Wash. Ooh. What is Tokoyami doing? Looks almost like a Shadow Sonic, maybe? Shout out to Townsy. Fat Gum's only 58, huh? Okay. Ooh. Momo with the work study with the magic hero Majestic. I'm gonna have to take a look back at like 213 or 211, where Horikoshi had those two double spreads, to see if I can try to make out who Majestic was. Okay. Bakugo and Midoriya next. I don't know how to describe Bakugo's mood. It's like supernova stars for each of the robots that he hits. Todoroki using his Flash Ice abilities, which is pretty cool. Alright, what's my boy Deku gonna be up to now? He is my favorite character, by the way, in case, well, I don't know how you guys would know, but he is my favorite character. I'd probably say All Might at 2 and King Shiggy at 3. That day feels like ancient history now. All Might looking on at Midoriya jumping in the sky. You don't look back at me anymore. Deku with the black whip. Okay, so that should be a double spread. I'm gonna go back to that. Damn! So Deku jumping up in the air, using the black whip to, almost like Spider-Man, to grab all the enemies, and then slamming through with his metal-clad boots. Alright, back to single spread. Going on to page 10 next. Oh, All Might smiling too much. I know he's gonna die. I don't want it. Okay, so Bakugo called his moves Pinpoint Blast. Who called Todoroki a hunk? Yeah, he can't keep up with Endeavor's speed just yet. Endeavor's got too much control of his quirk. Art's a little bit underwhelming this chapter for some reason. Maybe it was because they were on the holiday break for the mangaka. Mineta being Midoriya's hype man. Okay, so Deku finally thanking Ochako for saving him during his Black Wick outburst. Love Shinzo as well. I ship Deku and Ochako as well. Oh. So Ochako's gonna start using like Best Genus. Can't say it for those of you who haven't read Vigilantes, but if you have read Vigilantes, you know exactly what I was about to say for the Ochako panel. And the fist bump. What is with Mineta's face? He is so envious. The first one he looks adorable, and the second one he looks demonic. Mina jumping up and down, she approves the ship. Okay, now they're recording the classes. I've said this in a couple of Discord threads that I was talking in, but it seems odd that they're recording their training sessions, especially with Skeptic's ability to do hacking. I just feel like it's too big of a risk to be showing off all those special moves on camera. I get that they're doing it for Aizawa this time so that he can see what he missed by going to Tartarus. But overall, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me why they're doing this. Aizawa and Present are back. What would you do if we learned where they're making those Nomu? Said Aizawa to Mike. I'd run out there and have a karaoke contest. Present Mike looks scary here. Then I'd take my boiling blood and make a stew out of it. Mirio, my boy, Amajiki. This has to be Aries' horn going out like it was in like 212 or 213. Yeah. Oh, don't cry, Aries. Hado, you might wanna scooch back. Good old Dadzawa. That's gotta be so hard for him to be on constant vigilance while teaching so that Eri doesn't hurt or rewind anyone. Aizawa was probably also in my top 10. And Bakugo, kid, with you, it's like, what sort of heights is this kid gonna reach? You can't even take a compliment. I'm still salty. I know the name of Nana's quirk, but that last panel is plural. I am less salty than I was when I started this recording session. Alright, so that looks like the end of 256. It was decent. Mainly it was just the fist bump, which I was already spoiled on, unfortunately, and then the last panel with the plural amount of quirks. Once again, I am just doing the single page reads. Oh, and my spoiler specifically was the name of Nana's quirk, called Float. I was pretty pissed off because I had a really good theory, at least in my opinion, on what Nana's quirk was. So the fact that it got spoiled on Twitter Thursday morning before we would have even gotten a fan translation a few weeks ago, after I've been waiting for about a year and a half for this. Moving on. I don't see why... Well, I guess that does make sense now that Black Whip has finally manifested that now the quirks of the previous One For All users are now being jotted down with notes, Midoriya style. Fine, I'll deal with it. Ooh. Okay, so All Might saying, unfortunately I couldn't find any leads on the second and third users. So I'm assuming that's the two users who at the Midoriya's Dream, I want to say 193, because that's where I started up my Nana's hand theory, was the two that were shaded out and they weren't colored in. There's nothing even about them in the records. I think they could still be alive, honestly. One of the theories that I have going for anyone who's just joining me for the first time is that One For All has a biological key linked to All For One. Now, if Deku is somehow related to All For One, and he has the biological DNA of All For One, that might be one of the reasons why he's the only one who can fully unlock One For All. On the same note, you have Shiggy, who is a descendant of Nana, who is also a One For All user, or former One For All user, and he is related by genetics to her, and he might now be able to wield One For All after the doctor Ujiko talked to him when he was about to do his surgery. He now said One For All may be under your command. Just a thought that I'm having. Oh, and this chapter is called 257, Pass It Forward to Whomever. Bakugo knows the fifth user's name? Okay, character development. I'm not the biggest fan of Bakugo, but the fact that he's being not a little gremlin in this conversation with All Might and Deku is pretty cool. Real name Daigoro. Banjo. Quirk Black Whip. That looks just like Spider-Man. I know Horikoshi loves his Spider-Man. Kind of has similar goggles almost to Aizawa. And has almost like a row of bullets across his chest. It's interesting. Oh, is that Bakugo actually just reading from the notebook? And then Bakugo calls the previous One For All users nobodies. What are you doing, kid? Huh? No, I'm sure they had awesome quirks, said Deku. Just having a quirk is awesome to a loser like you. Bakugo. Don't agree with him, All Might. Oh, there's just hands sticking out of the ground where All For One is standing. On top of, I should add. Okay, so the last panel of page 3 is one thing that I've thought about in terms of the passing down of One For All. I feel like it would be quite dangerous, given even the potential of the quirk for the second or the third user, to try and fight All For One to defeat him without having a successor already picked out. Now, All Might said, writhing in that hellscape as they lay down to die, the past users made sure the power would reach the future. By, like, flicking their blood Deku style at a random passerby? I'm not quite sure what they mean by that. I know now what they meant when they said that. They weren't really chosen ones. Through all those battles, all they could do was receive the quirk and entrust it to another. And I think you see 1, 2, 3. Oh, one of them's missing an arm. And then the fourth one, we only see his hand to the side. Ooh, they mentioned they all died young. I'm assuming Bakugo said that. Does that mean we're finally going to get an All Might age drop? Oh, float, 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 float. Oh, damn. Nana's looking shredded. I was saying O to float, and she's just kind of standing there, Superman style. How does All Might know that it's her power that will manifest next? Bakugo, you didn't win anything. Okay, you might have won that. You're already airborne. But you can't restrain anyone without knocking them out, so I don't want to hear it. Thinking of downsides of float, kind of like Uraraka's zero gravity quirk, but on your own body and more so like flying like Superman. Again, that's the only reference I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, okay. And another thought that I had, or theory that I had about the quirks that would manifest within Deku would be related to his classmates. Black Whip being similar to Sero, his full cowling One for All being similar to kind of like Ida and Bakugo, and then now it seems like it'll be Float. It'll be similar to Uraraka's. I have some other theories. Cool. Bakugo saying, "No, you'll die." Stop being a little gremlin. I guess it's kind of in jest, but him going the "you'll die" symbol across his neck is pretty funny. Bakugo, even though he's very aggressive, mainly with Deku, but with most people, except for Best Jeanist. Come on, Best Jeanist. He is one of the more comical characters in this show just because of the faces that he makes and also the insults that he lays out to most people. Is there a face drawn on Uraraka's hair? Best Girl Momo, let's go. Oh, Class B coming in. Come on, Shinso, I want you in Class A. Although Class B would be pretty good too. Oh, that's pretty clever. I know they had the Christmas party a few weeks ago with just Class 1A, and now they're doing a work-study brainstorm. So they'll mix their experience with Class 1B, which will also set up for the eventual war arc that I'm sure is coming. Mina about to fall over on her little kickstand deal. Jiro saying, once it's warm again, we'll be second years. Yeah, if they don't turn into a Harry Potter situation and you guys don't have school anymore, you're just pros from the get-go. Careful what you wish for. Mineta harping on Ida for bringing up finals 3 months in advance. I feel that. Both his eyes and the statement. Todoroki being oblivious as ever to analogies. Mineta calling him out and his eyes even protruding even further away from his skull. Oh no. Dark Shadow laughing with the group. And if Tokoyami is the first to hit with a quirk erasing bullet. What a wholesome panel of Midoriya saying, "I'm so blessed." Sketching is great in that panel. Ooh, Aizawa and All Might haven't had a conversation in a while. Are they gonna try to reverse All Might's damage with Eri? Is it finally time? Oh, I hope it is. I hope it is. I hope it is. And he asked, how's Eri, for the first text bubble of the next one. Aizawa's gonna start training her this week? We don't see the pupils of All Might's eyes. I don't like that. Ooh. It's been a while since we've gotten any All Might character development. I know the last time that I guess he was starting to feel frustrated was when Deku saved him from the falling rocks of Bakugo's AP shot. But this is just taking it to a whole new level. As he sees the children and the students grow up in front of him, he just feels more and more worthless. Workaholic. Okay, so Aizawa saying, kept this country on its feet for decades. If I had to guess, I'd probably say All Might's is about 50 years old. Give or take about 5 years. Aizawa cheering up All Might. Just like, can't say it, read Vigilantes. And Aizawa also talking to himself, saying, you can live, you can be here. For a lot of people, that's all the push they need. Just let it out. Talk to All Might. Oh. Them showing the Night Eye panel. Why? Wait, All Might's planning on visiting Stain? This has gotta mean the Prison Break arc is coming. Okay, nice transition with the buds sprouting from the tree. Are we gonna have another time skip here? March? Yes, we are. Dr. Ujiko. Is the war about to start? King Shiggy, but the heroes, no. All right, so took a couple minutes, needed to exhale from the last panel of that chapter. Kind of stuck here. Don't know really what to say other than it's the villain's time to shine. I know that the second movie that is coming out for My Hero stateside in about a month and a half is supposed to be the last My Hero movie. Now, some people have been theorizing that that means that we'll get like a My Hero agency or like a My Hero ship it in kind of deal. Shiggy's gonna be a problem. Midoriya needs to get them quirks a lot quicker. Maybe the One for All power-up for Float can be like actual Superman flying. I think Float is kind of similar to a character in Vigilantes called Pop Step. We'll see what's going on with that. That was a lot to take in. I'm gonna take a quick break and then get into another series that I'm covering, Attack on Titan, so look forward to that next. If you have watched this far, thank you very much. My name's Mr. Twitchy. Have a good one.